video is for the ladies. If you're a gentleman and you're here and you want to watch it, brace yourself because it might get intense, because we're going to talk about a subject that I finally am an expert at and I'm not proud of it. We're going to talk about emotionally unavailable men and how to change that. But before we go into all of this very deep and meaningful process, if you like my videos, if you like my energy, my channel, subscribe below and let me know in the comment section what you think about this. If you have any questions, what is your experience with unavailable men? And in the end of this video, if you like it, support us women in this unavailable men quest, might I say, by liking this video and letting me know that we're together here. Don't leave me hanging. And if your girlfriend is dating an unavailable man, send them that video. Maybe she's gonna open her eyes and choose better. Unavailable man. Oof. Well, I am an expert and I'm gonna ramble a lot. This might be one of the longest videos. This is the thing. Unavailable men come in all shapes and forms and nationalities and characters, and they come in all packages, and it's very hard to recognize them unless we're gonna get to that point in the end, so stick around. Let me tell you right now that we're going to shorten this whole unavailable men keyword sentence into boy, because an unavailable man is just a boy. Sorry guys, that's what we're gonna go with. Why do I say that they're just boys? They haven't really grown up, they haven't really matured, they haven't really become responsible for all their actions, all their feelings, all the processes that go inside of them. They haven't recognized their higher self in a way that they can take responsibility for it, and they haven't really stepped into the man that they are, because a man is a being that is fully on his masculine energy. And I would love to talk about masculine energy, but that requires a whole bunch of another video. For now, you can just Google masculine energy, find out what it is. But once I do have a video, it's gonna be here, emotionally, physically, professionally, and spiritually, to be a man, fully engaging on his masculine energy and giving his gift to the world in a contributive, positive, powerful way, including loving a woman. These boys are just afraid. They're afraid and they don't have the tools, the support, or they didn't do their inner work, and now there's just keep being boys, and it's sad, but you are not supposed to rescue them or fix them. But okay, these boys, they're like existing in the world. There's lots of boys, and to make it easier for us to understand what kind of boys we're engaging with, what kind of boys are coming to us in our life, and what kind of boys I got involved with, I'm gonna create some categories just for fun. This is not scientifically proven at all, except if I'm the scientist, then it's proven. But here we go. We're gonna go with category number 1, stage number 1, the playboys. Ooh, those are the most emotionally unavailable. Let's talk about the playboys. So what happens to these boys? What happens to these boys or these emotionally unavailable men that they become that? They don't go further in their life. They don't go further in their life development. They don't really fully step into what they can be in the world to their full power. Well, again, we're going back to the childhood and the things that happened in our childhood that we interpreted in some way, that our ego took as truth, that we constructed as our reality, and it kind of like kept us at bay, created walls, created ways to defend ourselves from the outside world, and mainly it created a separation, a huge gap of pain between us or them, the emotionally unavailable man, and the next heart, the woman's heart, or the guy's heart. You know, if they're gay, it doesn't matter. So there's this huge gap that, you know, a boy cannot cross that gap. Only a man can cross that gap. And boys may try, and you know, they may have the intention, and they may say that they want to, or they may say that they crossed the gap, but if they're boys, they can't, there's no tools for them, because they haven't really transcended that pain that really keeps them away from their truth. They haven't transcended their pain that keeps them away. They haven't transcended that pain that keeps them away from that truth. And if you really want to get into this with all the psychological levels of all of this, you can go check out attachment styles or inner child healing. All these keywords that you can find on, you know, YouTube. There's a lot of videos about that. Masculine energy. You can read this book called The Way of the Superior Man and really try to understand why they just are boys and they don't become the superior man they are. But in this video, I'm going to talk about my experience about all these unavailable men, and maybe we'll get to a conclusion on how to change that in our lives, how to change this whole unavailable man situation, and how to move forward, how I am moving forward, and that if you're going through all of this, how you can move forward and connect and allow and receive and connect available and true men into our lives. Yes! Are you up for the challenge? Okay. So just for the fun of it, I'm gonna separate these boys into 4 different categories. And hey, this is not scientifically proven, except that if I'm a scientist, it kind of is proven more or less. So we're gonna go with those categories. First of all, we have the playboys. Oh, the playboys are the expert boys, and they are so much fun. Oh my god, the playboys are intense, and they are probably good looking, probably full of money and resources and charm and richness. And even if they don't have the money, they have the knowledge, they have the fun, they have the party. They are the party. They are just very charming and connected and attractive and alluring, and they are amazing. They're amazing fun people. You know, they're just great guys, boys. They're great boys. They're great to have fun with. They are just full of life zest and magic of life, and they're ready to spread their seed. Is that the word? I mean, they're still stuck in their survival mode and in their prehistorical mode, and they're still stuck in the Neanderthal that really had to spread the seed. So to spread the seed and guarantee that their species would survive, they would have to inseminate as many women as possible. And hence they went and had sex with everybody and their mothers. And those are the playboys. They are still running in this very low emotional program that is like spread the seed. Don't get connected. The heart doesn't get into it because it's very scary to put the heart into it. And you don't need to if you're in this Neanderthal mode. You just need to hit the woman with the thingy like Fred Flintstone, grab her hair, spread the seed, and you're done with it. That's all you need to do. But that's Fred Flintstone. That's like way back there. That's so last century. That's so last like millennia. You know, humans have evolved past that, and we have transcended many ways of existing and connecting to other people. That these playboys, they're fun though, but you know, they're really fun for a very early stage in your life where you're still learning what men are, and this is a good way to learn what men aren't. But playboys, if you don't see that yourself as playboys, hey, have fun. I don't know what to say to you. You have the full right to exist in the way that you exist, as long as you like it, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, playboys, they're not that dangerous, you know. It's not like they have the intention of coming and destroying your life. They just have a very poor desire of just getting the basics of you. And if you're willing to just have that in your life, that's where the betrayal of yourself is the thing that hurts the most when you get involved with a playboy, because you know, as a woman with feminine energy, that you can share love, that you can connect your heart, that you can raise your vibration to a higher stage of loving. And when you allow playboys to come and play with you in your life, and you're selling your soul for this low programming that they have, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Because you know you can do better, but you're not doing it. And it's kind of like a self-betrayal. It's not even the playboy. It's really just you thinking that you can exchange love for sex. And, you know, that's not fair. It's not fair for you, and it's not fair for the playboy. So for the playboy, you need to be really just into sex or material or the fun, and then you can truly enjoy a playboy and not connect with it. But that depends on what stage of life you're at. The playboys are so uncommittable, and they're the ones like ghosting you and all of these things. If only they were more creative. If you're just up to having fun, go enjoy all these playboys. They're so yummy and sexy and fun and hot. And oh, yes, I have enjoyed a few playboys in my life. And now I don't. Thank you so much. Next. So next we have category number 2, the daters. The daters, they're not the haters, they're just the daters. They love dating, and they love keep dating you and dating, and they take you out, and they're more committable than playboys. They're not gonna ghost you or abandon you or disappear. They're just gonna keep being there with some kind of investment in you, but not truly opening any hearts, not yours, not theirs. They're just gonna dine you, take you out, have fun, you know, places, situations, moments, opportunities. All of that is included on the daters, and you can have a great time with the daters. You can have great conversations. You can even connect in many levels. But I don't know if it gets anywhere, because the daters are not planners. They're really not into creating a future together with you that you can feel safe in. They're just going with the flow and seeing where the next date is, and the next date, and the next date. And that is great if you have time to date, and you keep dating other people as well, because they're probably dating other people because they're just so unsure, and they're unsure about the future. They're unsure about what they want and what their heart wants. And you know, unsureness is it's nothing. It's nothing to grab to. It's not like you need a man to be sure for you to be sure, but I'm sure that if you are in a stage of life that you want true openness of heart, there has to be a very safe and nurturing and clear environment for you to just bloom and blossom. A flower, a tropical flower, is not gonna, you know, bloom and blossom in Antarctica. So if you're a tropical flower and you want to bloom and blossom in the most expressive, beautiful, fragrant way possible, you need to be sure where you're planting your seed and which soil. You can't just be like, oh, this sounds good, let me see what happens, and then there's a cold wind and whatever, and you're just like, okay. So the daters are great. They are probably not as fun and hot and yummy as the playboys, but they're still boys. They still have their walls up. They're still creating a separation between their heart and a woman's heart, and they're just, you know, buying time with whatever their words are, or whatever they seem like their intentions are, and they're just performing the minimum action possible to keep, you know, to keep this communication, but the gap is still there. And ladies, we want no gaps. We want merging, full merging of the heart. So we're gonna say no to the daters. I mean, if we're learning something, great, but if we're ready to move forward into this full blossoming of the heart, thank you. Next we have the commits but shits. I just created that. I don't know. It's funny. So these are the guys that are willing to commit. That they say the most beautiful things. I just had one lately. But eventually, you know, their actions don't match their words, and they go back to their shitty place. They retrieve. They get to the beach where the full battle or whatever, the conquering of this island is gonna come, and they're like, yeah, I don't think we can make it. Let's just go back. And they go forward. They keep going. They show a lot, and then eventually and that's really shitty. That's why it's commits but shit, because you want to trust, and you know, the man is showing you some action, he's telling you some words, and you're trusting that, and you're trusting your heart, because there is a possibility of an opening of heart, and everything is going so well, and then like one small thing and the shit show happens. And I just had that happen to me, and you know, I survived somehow. But that's very painful, because I've had the playboys. They're painful, but they're a little shorter time to survive. Then we're gonna go with the daters. They're painful as well, but you know, you kind of understand, and it's like, oh, it was obvious. But the commits but shits, it's not always obvious. It's not always obvious, because somehow we're still not fully connected to our hearts, and that's why we're still attracting this commits but shits. And for you to actually know what this commits but shits actually is, before they get to this place of, oh, okay, I have all these plans, all these goals with this person, and now he's just gonna disappear, we need to really be truly, fully, unabashedly connected to our heart, and really see all the red flags when they're like this tiny and they're like that far away, but there's a red flag. And that requires some of our own inner training. And for you to know more about red flags, check out my video about red flags. The commit but shit, it's so convincing, because they're coming and they're coming and they're taking steps our way, and we're like, okay, then we take steps their way, and we're like getting closer, and we're getting closer, and we're getting closer, and when we get this close, this like, oh my god, we're almost there, they freeze. Their pain comes in like, no, what are you doing? Vroom, and they run away. Oh my god, runaway bride. Hello? I've been in that situation too, but I liked it more when I ran away than when they ran away. But hey, gotta have all sides of life. And we almost, like, it's so frustrating, because we could have pulled their hand, we could have like gotten closer, we could have done one more thing, and we could have like, but no, that's the illusion. We're not there to save them. The man is supposed to do the jump alone. We're just here to receive. We're females. We're just open-heartedly receiving. We have to let them conquer and be and go grab their prize. We can't just like hand them the prize. Commits but shits. Yeah, if you're like me and you're ready to really blossom your heart, it's great to go through a commits but shits guy, because it's like the most learning you can get out of a relationship. It's great, but it's kind of mind-boggling. But if you can get through it and you find some peace in your heart, you will know that it's kind of, I think you will know, and I hope you will know, and I hope I know, that this is the last trial for boys. Because now you really saw all the range of boys, and now you'll be ready to recognize, nurture, allow a man in your life, in my life, in our life. But then there's still a stage 4 of unavailable, of emotionally unavailable men or boys. But in this stage that I just created, I don't know if they're really boys or they're just grew to be that kind of man, and they just take that as a mission, and he assumes it and monks it. And in this stage, I would say people like the Dalai Lama, or a man that came with a huge mission. You know, some men did not come to open their hearts to a woman. Maybe they came to open their hearts to the world, and they came for a higher mission. Not all men have that excuse. You really need to be fully into your essence and your gift. Like the Buddha, he had to run away and leave his wife crying and his kids. And you know, he created a lot of goodness to the world. To what price? I don't know. You know, everybody could be a Buddha. You don't need to be the guy that runs away from your wife to be a Buddha. Maybe a single guy could go be a Buddha, and that would be a little more karmically correct, because I'm sure Buddha, you know, he might not have had the best luck with women in the next few lifetimes. Unless he really ascended and then he didn't have to care about that. Anyway, I'm diverging. The man that assumes it and monks it knows that he does not want to open a heart to a woman. He just wants to be a priest. He wants to be a monk. He wants to go and open his heart to whatever science, whatever exploration, whatever manly mission he wants. And he's completely unavailable to women, but he assumes it, and there's no way he's gonna try to fool you, to have sex with you, to do any of these things, or so I hope, because the greatness of the heart is to create some other kind of energy than to, you know, use this sexual energy or engage in this, like, in this behavior of spreading the seed or conquering a woman, because they know that they want something else. They want higher consciousness, elevated energy. They want expanded awareness, and none of that is going to be available in this physical body with what this physical body requires, as in connection, as in love, as in affection, as in sex, as in like nurturing. And you know, these men eventually they feed off light, and they just become skinny people in caves in India, and they teach everybody what else, you know, what their learnings are, what their insights are, and they're amazing. You know, they come and they change the world, but they don't come and marry somebody and have a beautiful love story. And you know, they go and meditate and they want to be gurus. I don't know if that's the right way to be, because it might be a way of escaping their inner wounds of really going and opening the heart to a woman. I will never know, I guess. You know, these men are not so available. They're not so many out there, and it's not like they're in society a lot. They might be in a cave, but and it's not like they're in a bar hooking up with girls. And unless you want to be a guru groupie, it's kind of hard to find these men. But I found one. Aha! Check, check, check. If I'm telling you that I'm an expert in the subject, it means I'm an expert in the subject, because I had the 4 categories. Anyway, and I survived all of 4. For a man, it's possible to go that way because they're wired to have missions and higher goals in life and to go achieve these things. And if their mission is to become light, then they can go do that. For us women, it's different. Our mission, our, you know, inner guidance wants us to connect and nurture and heal and love and touch and give birth and all of these things. And if we are fully in our feminine essence, and I'm gonna make a video about that, we really just want to create relationships and create connections and grow and open our hearts and love. And you know, if you want to know more about this subject, I'm gonna link 2 of the books that I read that really gave me a lot of light below. One is the Way of the Spirit Man, and you know, this author David Deida, he also has Dear Lover, which is for women, which is also an amazing book. And then the other book that really gave me a lot of insight about relationships was If the Buddha Got Married by Charlotte something something. I'm gonna put the links below and go check it out. I'll probably make a review on those books another time. Okay, so now let's go into why are we still creating unavailable men in our lives? Because yes, we create our lives, and it's not their fault that they're showing up in our lives. It's kind of our responsibility to allow them in. And why do we do that? Because we are emotionally unavailable and we're just girls. And everything that I said about men can be substituted for girls. Oh, ladies. And you were in those categories when you attracted the men in those categories. Ha! Twist in the plot. Yep, we attract who we are. And we attract what we tolerate. And if we're not fully women in our feminine energy, knowing that we can receive all this unconditional love, that it's our birthright, that we can nourish and we can love and we can open our hearts and fully bloom and blossom as the pure light that we are, if we don't know any of that, we're gonna keep attracting these men that will not treat us like any of that. And it's going back to self-love. Self-love is the answer to everything. Go check out my video. Sorry about the bad news. Yeah, if you're attracting unavailable men, if you're attracting boys, you're a girl. If we want to transcend these categories and really create a life we love and create a lot of love and divine light and being, we really need to change. But hey, there's so many ways to change that, and I'm here to help you change that because I'm here helping me change that. And if you're connecting to this video, it means that you are ready to change that, because step number one to change that is to have a lot of awareness about all of these subjects. And if you want to have more awareness about these subjects, please go Google attachment styles, and you are going to understand what kind of attachment style you have in a relationship. If you're a codependent, if you are a dismissive avoidant, if you are an anxious attachment that I've been. And you know, there's not really one hat that fits you. You're a human being, you're fully complex. You may express different attachment styles in different relationships, in different dynamics, and eventually I'll probably make a video about attachment styles. However, if we're still playing in that role of attachment styles, of codependency, of all of these lower levels of existing, it means that we haven't really learned the tools and the skills to become free of attachment. And free of attachment is love. And I'm not sure I'm there yet, but I am definitely far away ahead, on my way. I feel that. I do. And I know that it's possible for you too. So how to change that? First step, awareness. Second step, you kind of have to know that only you can change. You cannot change the man. You can change the man by changing the man, but you cannot change the man by making him become somebody else. Unless you get somebody else. And only through self-love you can then, number 3, is really open your heart. And open your heart in a way that really invites. Maybe the boy will trust your open heart and will step into the man he can be in this energy field of your open heart. Maybe he won't. You really are not responsible for that. The only thing we can do is to try to keep this open heart as open as possible while it's safe for us, okay? Let's not go into the guy keeps being far away and he keeps stepping back and you keep opening your heart and, you know, start going into self-abuse and not loving yourself. No, you open your heart from this place that you are standing firm and still is your self-love, that you can relax and receive and let the man come to you. You don't open your heart and go chase him. No. You open your heart and you allow whatever is attracted to your open heart to come to you. And if you are with the heart open and beautifully vibrant and full of love to give, you will attract people with an open heart, vibrant and full of love to give, because we create our reality. And that's when two open hearts can come and claim their place in heaven and open up to divine love and create this cycle of energy that rejuvenates, regenerates, and just makes this whole world the most wonderful, magical place, and eventually creates life on earth, babies. So I hope you liked this video. I hope I injected you with some hope, with some knowledge, with some steps to take to go create a life you love, to open your heart, to love yourself, and to create the relationship you love. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, type up below. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you love all of these subjects and you want to learn more, subscribe, okay? Thank you for watching. Mwah! You can create a life you love. Love your life.